I've got big crypto news for you. We have FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried has bought a huge stake in Robinhood. Could an acquisition be on the horizon, guys? I want to break it down and talk about why this is significant and important. We also have David Marcus, who is formerly at Facebook and was helping to build their digital currency. Well, he's launching a Bitcoin and crypto startup. Big move here, and I want to share the details. We also have updates around the Terra Luna situation and their stablecoin. The Terra blockchain was actually halted today. Pretty crazy when you think about it. So there's updates there, and of course, there's regulatory conversations around stablecoins as a result of the UST stablecoin collapse. So let's break it down. Welcome back to the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. If you are new here, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Go ahead and hit the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. It helps support the channel and it doesn't cost you anything. A quick word from our sponsor, and that is iTrust which allows you to trade crypto within an IRA, essentially trading within a retirement account. And this gives you huge tax benefits and savings. iTrust is a great platform. They have 25 plus cryptocurrencies, a full mobile wallet, a full mobile app on iOS and Android. And they use top of the level security. So you don't have to worry about your crypto being stolen or hacked. They use Coinbase custody, which a lot of the institutions use. Best of all, it is free to sign up. There are no monthly fees or subscription fees. And if you use my link in the description, you can get a $100 funding bonus. So be sure to check out iTrust. Go on over there, sign up. It's free, and see if it's for you. All right, let's look at the market here, guys. It is still bloody out there. Bitcoin is certainly trying to find a bottom. And as we've talked about so many times, the market moves of Bitcoin, altcoins are following Bitcoin's move. So we can only hope that Bitcoin would find a bottom soon and we start our way up, guys, and we don't go lower than how what Bitcoin has gone so far. Hopefully, $28,000-$29,000 is that support level, but we'll see what happens, guys. I mean, you look at these numbers: Ethereum just over $2,000, BNB at $281, XRP at 39 cents. Ouch. Cardano at 50 cents. Ouch. Solana at $46. Oh man, I haven't been looking at the prices, by the way, guys. I have not been checking them. When the bull market's going, you check them almost every hour or a few hours, or you get up in the morning, you look at it. I have not been looking at prices, and I hope some of you are also doing the same, just stepping away. It's important for your mental health, guys, because look, it's our money, it's our portfolio, it's down. And I took some profits last year, but I wish I had taken more, but that's okay. I am a long-term holder. I've made money in 2017. I made money in last year, and I'm looking forward to making money in future bull runs. Well, I want to share some thoughts, some credible crypto who I've interviewed on the channel, a really great analyst. And these are not like stuff that he just put together, but rather I want to share his macro thesis that he shared 2 years ago in 2020 about when he was expecting Bitcoin to hit its peak. And here he tweeted out, it's a long time for a long-awaited update to this chart that I shared over 2 years ago. And when you look at his chart, and sure, a lot of people, kind of gave him crap for it back in last year and the year before, because everybody was calling for $100,000, including myself, at the peak of the bull run last year, but that didn't, of course, happen. Well, his respective macro chart, looking at the lengthening cycles of Bitcoin and from peak to peak, and you see here, his theory was that Bitcoin was going to hit kind of a local top in 2021, and then correct, and then keep moving up, and kind of where we're at right now is that correction, then move up and then hit a new peak at the end of 2021 into 2023, then start correcting again, and then finally hitting another major blow off top in 2023. So I hope he's right, right? And we're not going to be seeing like some really, really bad bear markets as long and extended like we saw in 2018 to 2019. But that, Bitcoin still holds certain support levels, and we're moving up, slowly and steadily, and building supports and going higher, and then alt season happens and so forth. So let's see. I hope this, plays out, but this looks on the chart like it makes sense. But of course, there's no guarantee, there's no certainties here. These are all probabilities. Everybody, all these analysts put out their thesis, and we can look at it and adjust our positions accordingly based on how the market moves. But logically, from an analysis, technical analysis standpoint, and just a macro perspective, this certainly makes sense. Now, here's what he tweeted today, Credible Crypto. Current thoughts on Bitcoin. As I said, I think we are close to the end and don't expect 20K to be hit. Ideally, we get one more push into green just under 25K for our bottom. Prior reversals were preceded by a 1 to 2 month base. A V reversal is also possible, but would just be a bonus. So essentially, he's saying, look, we could see what we saw in the summer of 2021. Huge correction after the first peak, and then Bitcoin ran up back again and hit a new all-time high. While it wasn't significantly higher than the previous all-time high, it was still a move upwards. And then he's saying something similar could be playing out here, and that, maybe by, let's see, it's May, June, maybe by July, we start seeing a move upwards. We will have to wait and see, my friends. I'm certainly hoping that, Bitcoin's retracement, which we've been talking about for a long time, happens. But at this point, I'm not placing money on that and not on that bet, right? Because there's a lot of uncertainty. I think if this was a normal correction without the Terra Luna situation, I wouldn't be as worried. And when I say worried, it's not that I'm leaving the market or the asset class. Short term, I'm worried. Of course, I'm human. I'm a human being. I don't want, my certain holdings, my long-term holdings, to go to ridiculous prices, right? I want there to be at least a certain ceiling that it doesn't break through, a certain floor. And we've seen macro level higher highs and higher lows, and certainly we want higher lows to play out here, and Bitcoin can find a floor here and bounce upwards. So long term, I'm bullish, guys. Yeah, I think you all know that. We're going to talk about some big adoption news today that long term, it's incredible for the market. But let's hope Credible Crypto is right here. Now, here's what something one of these folks tweeted out that I thought was interesting. He said, death of crypto articles everywhere. High-profile naysayers doing victory laps, predicting complete annihilation of Bitcoin. Last leg of declines must be close. So you always do the contrary to the media and the herd, right? And that is, okay, if they're all fearful, that's the time you want to be bullish, right? Be greedy when the others, oh my gosh, the quote, be greedy when others are fearful, and fearful when others are greedy, right? So when everybody's euphoric and we're at the top, that's when you want to be looking at taking profits. When there's blood on the streets and it's fear rampant in the market, that's when you want to be buying. Of course, not financial investment advice. You have to do what's best for you. But this is certainly a true sentiment, guys. And we're seeing on-chain metrics that whales are buying and buying the dips. Now, here, I want to talk about Luna and this situation. 1 week ago, Luna was $82.55, current price a penny. Luna is a total disaster. It is a mess. It was in the top 10, of course. Now, I don't even know where it's at the bottom of the list. Just incredible collapse here. It's just mind-blowing, right? And in fact, the Terra blockchain was officially halted today. They did restart it. I want to make sure that I give you the full picture. The price fell so low that they had to prevent governance attacks, and they just they halted the blockchain. Now, I'm not a Luna holder. I've said on the channel last year that I wish I did buy some, because the price action was crazy, and I'm sure I would have made a lot of money off of it if I bought the lows. But what a disaster, what a collapse, man. And of course, the regulators and all these folks are chomping at the bit to regulate stablecoins as a result. And Secretary Janet Yellen actually spoke again today in a hearing, and there was kind of a semi-positive statement made here. So she agreed with representatives Jim Himes that the $2 trillion not much lawyer crypto and stablecoin market doesn't present a systematic risk to the USA. So I personally think that they've been trying to regulate stablecoins for a long time, and this is going to give them the green light to do so, but not to regulate it into oblivion or hurt the crypto market. I think they're more threatened by stablecoins than they are Bitcoin and these other cryptos, because stablecoins really compete with the CBDCs that they're trying to build, right? I mean, logically, that would tell you that right, that's what they're trying to do. That's the dynamic that will play out. So they're going to try to regulate it, probably limit the amount that these private entities can issue stable coins, because the game here is CBDCs. That's just my thoughts. I think many of you may agree with me, but I think we see what's on the horizon. So Bitcoin and crypto, and if you're holding Ethereum or XRP, that's not a competition to the US dollar or CBDCs. That's actually complementary, because CBDCs, are essentially tokenized fiat. Many people are using fiat to buy crypto, so they have to go through the cash route or whatever other fiat currencies. But if they're using a stable coin from a private entity and not the government CBDC, see, that's where the conflict comes in, guys. So that's what I personally think. I think they're going to regulate stablecoins. I don't think they're going to try to kill, obviously, Bitcoin and crypto. We've gone through this already. Biden executive order, the Fed chair, Jerome Powell, we're not banning anything. It's here to stay. Now, Congressman Warren Davidson tweeted out some thoughts about regulatory framework around stablecoins. He said, new regulatory clarity for stablecoins should recognize the important and substantial distinctions between algorithmic stablecoins, UST, unregulated money market style stablecoins, US Tether, and regulated one-to-one fiat and commodity-backed stablecoins, example, existing state-based regulation. So notice the targets, UST and and Tether. Tether has been a target for a long time, because a lot of it is overseas, outside the United States. Now, USDC, I'm sure they would prefer USDC to be the one that has the dominant market share, because it's obviously pegged to the dollar, and it is through a regulated entity, and that is Circle. And I'm trying to get a follow-up interview with Jeremy Allaire, who's the founder of Circle. So I think that's the direction. They're going to give the green light to USDC, but of course limit, because it can't compete with the CBDC that's coming, the digital dollar. So interesting times, guys. But you can still see the outlook, right, is building and regulating and fostering innovation. Now, man, talk about building. Here, Robinhood shares pop more than 20% after Sam Bankman-Fried buys 7.6% stake. For those of you who don't know, Sam Bankman-Fried is, I think he's a billionaire. I don't know if the market crash reduced him to a multi-millionaire, but he's, of course, the CEO of FTX Exchange, which is one of the biggest crypto exchanges, doing massive brand marketing, Super Bowl ads, the Miami Heat arena. They're doing all the big time marketing, right? I've interviewed the president of FTX US on my channel. Well, this is surprising, guys. I don't think anybody saw this coming. So he's taken a 7.6% stake in Robinhood, according to a Thursday filing with the SEC. Shares of the investing company jumped 36% at one point in extended trading before pulling back. They were last up about 25%. In regular trading Thursday, the stock hit an all-time low. Robinhood ended the session priced at $8.56, about 77% away from its IPO price last July. According to the document, Emergent Fidelity Technologies took a stake worth $648 million in Robinhood. Bankman-Fried is the sole director and majority holder, it says. Wow, guys. The document goes on to say, Bankman-Fried acquired these shares in the belief that they represent an attractive investment. The reporting persons intend to hold the shares as an investment and do not currently have an intention of taking any action toward changing or influencing the control of the issuer, it says. Though the filing also said he may from time to time engage in discussions with management. So Sam essentially bought the dip here, right? The stock market is down, bond market is down, crypto's down. We saw crypto has been highly correlated to the stock market. So Sam bought the dip here, but I think there's a bigger play here. I think FTX would love to acquire Robinhood, or in some way work with them, because FTX is trying to grow and be the number one crypto exchange, right? So very, very interesting move here by Sam, and I don't think this is just Sam thinking, oh, this is a great investment, I'm just going to go drop 600 million plus, to buy the dip here, when he's so heavily invested in his exchange and building and trying to be the top dog in the crypto exchange market, right? So I think there's a strategic move here. So very bullish in my opinion, guys. Now, I know some of you are going to say, bullish, what are you talking about, dude? Look at the price. I'm talking about the building that will lead to higher prices, and as the bull cycle comes back. Of course, we think it's an attractive investment too. Robinhood's communication team said in a tweet Thursday evening in a response to the news of the investment. Bankman-Fried currently has no intention to take other actions, but at some point, if circumstances change, he may review options for enhancing stockholder value through, among other things, various strategic alternatives or operational or management initiatives, according to the document. It also says he could acquire additional shares. So I think this is a big strategic move here. This part of the paragraph kind of highlights what's at play here. FTX, where Bankman-Fried is CEO, is one of the largest crypto exchanges in the world and offers derivatives products for more sophisticated traders as well as spot trading. FTX has become a rival to Coinbase and Binance, though it doesn't offer its services in the US. So they've also been working with lobbyists and politicians and regulators in DC, and to try to get clear regulations. Kevin O'Leary, we have Anthony Scaramucci, and those folks are invested in FTX. So big time backing, and keep an eye on this, guys. I think something big is going to happen, not in the immediate, but watch in the months and possibly next year to come, guys. Very big move here. Now, speaking of big, Facebook's former crypto chief launches a Bitcoin payment startup, and this is David Marcus. I've been trying to get an interview with David for so long. If you guys want to tweet at him, please do. David tweeted out, I wanted to share that we are starting a new company called Lightspark to explore, build, and extend the capabilities and utility of Bitcoin. As a first step, we're actively assembling a team to dive deeper into the Lightning Network. We're thrilled to be joined by like-minded investors, notably A16Z, Crypto, Paradigm, and Paradigm, who are co-leading this first round, as well as Thrive Capital. So all the major VCs are backing, and of course, it's David. I mean, and he's going to do something cool with the Lightning Network. He says, downturns are good moments to focus on building and creating value with mission-aligned people. We're excited to dive into Lightning, learn more, and work alongside the community. We'll share more about our work as we make progress. So I'm going to try to get an interview with him so we can talk about this. But see, guys, the VCs, the entrepreneurs, the innovators are still building and building. They know adoption's coming. They know higher prices are coming. They're not worried about, oh, the price is down right now. These guys are looking long term, and they know patience will pay off. Check this out. Franklin Templeton executive, crypto asset class has thematic tailwinds. Fund group with nearly $1.5 trillion in assets waiting for the right time to offer crypto-related ETFs. So all these big traditional finance players are looking into crypto. Some have already jumped in, right? Some are in the process of jumping in. Some are like, we're watching closely. But, I came in the market in 2016. This was not something that was happening. None of these firms we even wanted to talk about crypto or look at it. So here's what's holding them back, though, but it shows that they're already planning and thinking about it. Franklin Templeton expects to offer crypto products. So they're planning to offer crypto products, but when the regulatory landscape provides the opportunity, the firm's head of digital assets says, when the regulatory clarity is there. So I think the regulatory clarity is on its way. It's coming slower than we want, but the Biden executive order went out, my friends. So it says here the company recently completed fundraising for its first blockchain-based venture capital fund. See, guys, look at this. They're raising the capital despite what the hell is happening with the price, because they know long term, my friends, that their investments will pay off. And I hope you're looking at the market that way. Here's another example: 21 shares, two latest crypto funds key in on DeFi. Switzerland-based firm plots geographic expansion exposure to more assets and themes. So despite the price, they're expanding, they're investing, they're raising capital. Crypto investors have evolved from asking superficial questions to doing more nuanced analysis, 21 shares co-founder said. The ETP issuer is seeking to expand its presence in the Middle East through Dubai. And there's a lot of money in that region, my friends. The sovereign wealth funds, wait till those start coming into the market. So the Switzerland-based company listed its Layer 1 ETP, Lay 1, on the 6th Swiss exchange on Tuesday. The 21 shares DeFi 10 infrastructure ETP is set to become available on the BX Swiss exchange on May 18th. So their ETFs, and they call them ETPs there, are getting listed on stock exchanges. And this is happening globally, right? It's only because of the SEC and Gary Gensler, we haven't had a Bitcoin ETF or other ETFs approved here in the United States where those can get listed on the New York Stock Exchange or whatever it is. So we'll eventually get there, but we see in Canada, Switzerland, and all these other countries, this is happening. Guys, this may not be the most sexiest news here, but things are, the institutional players, the big time players with a lot of capital, the VCs, all these guys are moving ahead, full steam ahead, buy the dip, launch the funds, expand to this country, do this, acquire this. They're still doing their thing. They're not affected by the price, once again, because they have a macro outlook. Finally, got some Hbar news here. This is pretty good. So Avery Dennison, which is a global material science company specializing in design and manufacture of a wide variety of labeling and functional materials, they tweeted out, "We're excited to announce that," let's see, is this their website? Hold on. Okay, that is, okay, this is a part of their company. The Atma.io connected product cloud will utilize the Hbar network to account for carbon emissions of billions of unique items. Folks, this is adoption right here. And they're building on the Hbar blockchain. And obviously, the native token is Hbar. We've talked about how adoption of these blockchains increases the value of the blockchain network and the tokens that sit on them. For example, look at Ethereum and the building, right? The NFTs and all these things that are happening on it, how that drove the value up. So very bullish in my opinion. I still hold Hbar in my portfolio. And, as the market gets to its bottom and so forth, I'll be doing some accumulation. I'm not doing anything right now. I'm actually waiting for this Luna stablecoin crap to finish and to die down, and for all the madness and fear to just kind of slow down a bit. I know it's not going to completely go away, but you just want to wait. You don't want to catch a falling knife. Just let things, let the dust settle a bit, right? Let the fear cycle and all these things kind of play out, and then start accumulating. And I will, of course, let you guys know about that. And obviously, this is what I'm doing based on my research and conviction and my financial situation. I am not investing what I can't afford to lose. I'm not investing my life savings. I have my 401k. I have my other investments, and I have my savings and so forth. So I'm not putting my life savings. I'm putting, disposable income into crypto and other investments. So not financial investment advice, guys. Just want to put that out there. Always, think about what you're doing and don't invest for your emotions. All right, guys, that's the news. Let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button, share this video, and I'll talk to you all later.